Classic concentration. A picture can be worth $1,000 when you play this terrific television game. And welcome to Nostalgia, a chronological exploration of every NES game released in North America. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sean.
Sean, tell them what they've won.
a brand new grandfather clock.
You win though, like a lot of things on this game show.
You do. There's a lot of prizes. There's a lot of cars and just descriptions of prizes that then get described some more. Yeah. Did you ever watch Classic Concentration, Mike?
Oh, it's a bit of a tongue twister there.
Classic Concentration.
You know what's funny? I watched a ton of Game Show Network. Never saw this once.
Yeah.
So I said, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what Classic Concentration was. And do they call it Classic Concentration?
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, they do.
They really do call it that. And Alex Trebek, our friend from Jeopardy, hosted it.
Our friend from Jeopardy.
From the 4 Jeopardy episodes we did, now we finally get a crossover into Classic Concentration. And actually, it was a little more shocking that it was a real game show because I played the video game first before watching the game show, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute, this is just like a matching game, and then you guess what the picture is based on the blocks that are remaining? Like, there's no way that this is a real game show. And then I watched the real game show. It is a lot of work for Alex Trebek and the 2 contestants. And it is like no work for anybody else on that show to make this happen. Like, so much relies on the banter between them. Did you notice that, like, he has to, like, basically force conversation?
No, absolutely. So which episode? Did you watch the pilot episode?
I didn't. So, I watched one where, like, guy was, like, really good. He like, had, like, an amazing run. He just knew where all the matches were, and he knew the pictures pretty early. I was very impressed with his skills. But tell me about the pilot.
So, you know, we're coming from baseline of, okay, let's just give you, if you haven't seen Classic Concentration, I feel like most of our listeners have, but just as a quick primer, you do the matching, which gives you a prize, and it also shows you a bit of a, like, word puzzle with pictures, and you got to say the thing.
And the matching is like, the matching's just like Super Mario Brothers 3 matching game, where you, like, you know, you just turn over, like, the 7 and the 18, and they reveal 2 different words, and now you have to, like, remember those 2 different words. You have to remember where the star and you have the star and the mushroom. Now you got to find out where the other star and mushroom are.
And so most of the time, like, there's, like, nothing to be done, especially in the early game when it's just, like, the first 1 or 2 matches, and you can see, like, the corner of a light bulb and maybe like a mouth, and it's like, what the hell is that supposed to be? So there's really nothing for you to do but go, I don't know. And so the first episode, I feel like they just, you know, they didn't really do a lot of testing. They didn't get the kinks out. They didn't, like, just let people know, like, maybe just say, like, I'm not even going to guess. They, like, let people have a good 3 to 4 seconds to just go, and then it's going to buzz. So it's just even more awkward than the the actual system already lends itself to. It's very funny, though. Alex Trebek, he you know, he wasn't perfect in this show, but he's doing his best.
Yeah, it's a really tough job because I can't stress enough how boring the actual game is. I can't think of another game show that relies on such little skill in the actual game, and that this is going to become a huge part of the problem with this. Talking about this game in this episode is that the experience of what this game is you are looking for the word motorcycle twice, right? So you find it and then you match it. And you didn't win a motorcycle, you know, like, you didn't win jack shit. And now that's just behind you on the board. And now you get, like, barely anything. So, Sean, this is going to be a big moment, depending on how this episode is going to go from here on out. But, like, how many pictures or how many screens did you have to remove before you could even try to start guessing what was behind these numbers? Because, again, remember, folks, it's going to show a picture, but not a picture of like a boat and then you guess boat. It's going to be like a complicated play on words things with a couple of different images. So no matter how skilled you are, the game relies on you revealing a lot of the board to even just come close to thinking about what double entendre or whatever they're trying to play up here.
I think you're gonna at least need 50% taken away, and they have to be in the center because most of the border is just white space. And then in the dead center, you're not going to see much because there's like a line break or like a plus sign to for you to put different syllables together. And then you'll have like letters that could be a B or it could be an H or it could be something else, and so you need to get through a lot of it, and you have to rack up a lot of words describing things you hypothetically, that you fake one, to be able to put this, to put this, play on words together. And I'm not gonna say that like the plays on words aren't creative, even though I'm also not gonna say that they are. But there's just so much that you have to do in a very unexciting way to move on.
Yeah, and I'll just say, first time I played this, me and the computer together eliminated everything on the board, saw the final picture, it was my turn to guess, and I just still didn't know what I was looking at. So I got it wrong. I believe it was the before you go is the answer, and so that is a B, the 4 of diamonds, a sheep, and the green go light. So I guess I could have gotten it, but I was also like kind of caught up on the 4 of diamonds thing. I didn't think of just like B4. I thought like diamonds. I thought the diamonds had to do. Yeah, the diamonds had something to do with it. And I don't know that a sheep is called an ewe.
Yeah, I okay, so there was a couple where I saw that and was like, oh, ewe has to be the only thing. But I still didn't get a lot of these. And even the computer didn't get a lot of these, so I didn't even see the answer.
Right. It's just so frustrating how many things could go, like, you have to match so many things to reveal an image, and then you look at the image and you're like, I'm not even sure I know what this is. Like, it's kind of nuts, but you know, that's also the experience on the show as well, is like nobody is seeing like a little bit. This isn't like Wheel of Fortune where you reveal a couple letters and you can see the blanks that remain and come up with a word. This is a very complicated thing. We've played Pictionary where you draw something, right? And even that is like open to interpretation because you're at least seeing the entirety of the drawing as it's being drawn. Here you're seeing like such little information, and the in-between gameplay, there is no trivia to like answer a trivia question to then like, you know, reveal a piece of the board. The only other part of the game is just matching words, so that's a bit of a guess too. You're just like, if you go first on the very first thing, you're like, all right, 1 and 7. Why? I don't know. Like, there was no reason to it. I need to start figuring out where things are. Yeah. It's like, this is such... I almost scooped myself too early, but the fact that this entire game was just relegated to a mini game in Super Mario Brothers 3 and didn't make you guess a picture at the end of it is just such a better version of this entire game. It blows my mind. This is one of the side effects of having to play every NES game released in North America, because I really wish I didn't have to waste time on this. I feel like I'm wasting everyone's time talking about this game. No,
because they clicked. They clicked on the episode. They're going to listen to it. Here's my prognosis here. Or not, here's my diagnosis. Here's my something-gnosis. The creators of this game didn't realize that the only fun people are having with this game is seeing people win cute trinkets and maybe a car. It's like the only excitement in Classic Concentration, the TV show, are the prizes. And the other thing that's kind of a sideshow is the thing that you have to guess. But that is also something that could just be like in the comic section of a paper next to the magic eye. Like it's just a thing that you'd like, oh, that was fun to do. It's not something you're going to buy a video game for, because we had this complaint back in like Wheel of Fortune where they just, oh, you want a trip to Miami. But at least then, and like that was nothing, but at least then they gave you like an image of what a trip to Miami could look like in 8-bit, whereas here it's just the letters, it's just the word Asia trip.
Right, and it's just behind you on a board, and you're hideous in this game.
Oh yeah, you always have those like a weird mouth. It's like everybody's got a caricature face.
Huge heads. And you get to do the whole like cycle through thing again to figure out who you want to be and stuff, and it's just like it doesn't matter. You're looking at the board like 99% of the game. So I'm actually going to loop in Joe now to the show. There was no reason why Joe couldn't be here. He just chose not to come, and now I'm bringing him in. So, hey, Joe.
I've actually been on the whole time. I've just had nothing to say, really, so far.
I thought I heard that breathing.
Yeah, not even the "and I'm Joe" part. You didn't feel like that was necessary.
Nope. No, I figured, like, let's just break the streak now.
So I just want to try and prove a point about, like, how both difficult and unfun this game can be when it's starting out. And as we've been saying, the point of the game essentially is you're matching numbers, and then those tiles are being revealed, and then you have to guess after you reveal a set of tiles. You have to guess like what the image is behind all these numbers, and so, that is yeah. Go for it.
Well, I was just going to let you know that I did play the game. If that's the reason you're explaining, I don't know where we are in this episode. I don't know what you have explained to the audience.
Yeah. Can you read the room, Joe?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the album artwork this image. So if you're listening on any kind of podcast, you should be able to see the image. And then you guys, I'm going to post it in our Discord here. And this is the image after like a few correct tiles have been revealed. I think 6 tiles in total have been revealed. So that means that you had to play quite a bit of like, yeah, I'm going to guess like 12 and 15, and then you get like 2 things like sofa and radio, so you're like, oh, that doesn't work. So you've had to do a few rounds of this just to get these 6 off, but not a lot has been revealed, as you can see. So I want you guys to just, the game would ask you, so I'm going to ask you, do you want to guess what this is based on the available information you have?
No. I mean, I'm gonna go and then say no.
Yeah, I'm also at a no right now, but I feel confident that maybe like a couple more reveals, maybe I'll have something.
Okay, maybe a couple more reveals, you might have something, but again, it just begs the question of like, even if you just remove 2 tiles, like the very first 2, why would the game even bother asking you, do you want to take a guess? Like, how would you know?
Because Alex Trebek asked.
I know, but how would anybody know? Like, that's my problem with the whole game. This is a
problem with the game itself, not the
whole
video
game, right? Exactly. The game doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but you don't know when someone is going to have enough. Like the game doesn't know when someone's going to have enough information to solve it.
Because like to me right now, what I think this says is Eoff carrot, and if that's what it actually is, then I won at this moment.
Carrot.
But I've had times where like enough is revealed where I could be like, oh, that's probably a plus this, and even though not that much is revealed. Like I've had times where maybe this amount has been revealed and it's been more obvious. So it's like the game's not going to know what's obvious to, like, right now this one's like, yeah, no way anyone gets
No, but I didn't
this.
pick this one because it's hard, by the way. This is a genuine screen grab.
Yeah.
I didn't pick this to make it. Yeah, I guess I picked it because I knew it would be impossible because not enough information has been revealed. But I guess I could tell you what it is, and you could tell me if you would have came.
Oh,
to
you
that
don't have like
conclusion.
another version where we're gonna guess again?
You want me to do that?
If you've got it.
I need
Sure.
you to.
I can. I mean, what'd you say, Sean?
I'd like you to.
Okay, I thought you said
That's
I
not
need
what
you
you
to.
said.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Just continue to talk about the game for a minute.
Well, I've never seen this game show. Have you seen this before?
Oh yeah, you weren't here, but I watched a couple episodes.
Oh, okay. But have
Uh,
you seen it? I remember you saying you were going to look into it, but have you seen it before that? Like, did you
No,
grow up
I
seeing
hadn't
this?
heard of this at all. I thought that it was like that like the whole classic part was just made up and for the video game, but that's actually the name of the show. As if that was like a thing before. Maybe it was. Maybe a 50s show. Maybe it was a show on the radio.
I mean, I feel like Concentration, we've talked about this before for like, what is it, maybe like one of the Sesame Street games. Concentration is just like a card game. Or like that's what
then that's
like,
what
maybe
it probably
that's
is.
what it's based on, yeah.
But you'll win little knickknacks in the intern.
Yeah. Now, do the contestants win all the things that they're uncovering like they do in the game? Or do you have
like
to
they do in
solve
the
the
game.
puzzle in order to get the...
You do have to solve the puzzle. I think you don't get to
okay.
take home anything. You know what? I could not be an authority on that, but I'm assuming you need to win, or you don't get the mink coat.
That was my understanding as well. You
Yeah.
don't just get it for matching. Okay,
Do
so
you-
here is
okay.
a little bit more.
Oh, okay, wait. I
Unrevealed.
got
You know,
this.
like I don't want to reveal the whole thing, but yeah, I guess this one is a little easier.
The smell of money,
The scale of money, the scent of money.
I don't know what that middle thing is.
Yeah.
I tried to make sure that the middle thing wasn't revealed because I think that would automatically give it away. And then what's the fun in that? Because now it's like, sure, if you get the whole board revealed, you'll be
Yeah.
able to guess it. But
Yeah,
like,
because
Well,
there's
yeah.
like middle school level,
The
like I don't even know what you'd call this, phonetic things. I'm just gonna go with the scent of a woman.
That's where my brain was going to.
The W is upside down as an M.
And the knee somehow it's a man's knee.
Yes.
It's the collar of money. That's a
The
collar.
color of money.
The color of money. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And surely everybody now can understand that when there are so few tiles revealed, that it is pointless to ask what it is because there's just no way. I don't think.
But wasn't
if
that
you-
fun? Like, I think we kind of like.
No, that wasn't
you
fun
had
at
the
all.
show in microcosm.
Mike, I'm just, I get what you're saying, but I guess I'm confused about your gripe here. Like, you should be allowed to guess whenever you're ready to guess, and it shouldn't be up to the host to be like, well, no,
No,
I'll never
just
guess
that-
it now.
that
Like,
the
just,
game
just say yes or no.
No, but the game sucks because it's basically just the Super Mario Brothers 3 match game, and then like this other thing where you have to guess what the images are being revealed, but you can't really know what the image even is until you reveal all the clues. Like you need to see all the clues, so you're basically just playing the game against an AI computer
guess-
that can see
Yes.
behind the
I mean,
wall.
in that sense, the AI computer, we're talking about that, I completely agree. But the idea that you have to reveal all the things, like, yeah, that, like, but it's not impossible to get it before everything's revealed. So just like, so that part doesn't bother me. It does bother me that the AI computer just guesses it, like, with like, you know, statistical odds or something.
What bothers me most, though, Joe, is none of these things that you're describing. What bothers me is that none of that is fun. Matching words isn't a fun video game. It was reduced to a mini game, and then the like look at clues and guess what it is by using your D-pad to type on the screen is also not fun. So none of this
Okay.
video game version is fun. Like this whole game was
I did not
fun.
think this game was fun. I did not. I was not like, wow, I can't wait to play more of this game. But I'm not just being devil's advocate. Growing up, I always liked those memory matching games. I think those are fun little games. And Rebus puzzles, I think, are pretty cool. I think the sums are both like things that can be fun. I don't think it was executed right, but. Are you regretting bringing me on yet?
Yeah, this is actually how I kick you off the
Yeah,
show. I
Joe,
have to
can
kick you
go
off the
back?
show now.
We have an essential
Rebus
games was meant to do.
Rebus puzzles are cool. Like they're clever.
Can you
Okay,
just
everybody say goodbye to
slowly
Joe.
fade him out? Yeah.
Yep, say goodbye to Joe.
Don't ignore my essential vote for this.
We've talked about how ugly everybody is. We talked about how the prizes don't matter. We talked about how this game is a mini game in Super Mario Brothers 3. We talked about the game show. Sean,
there's no
else?
Alex Trebek.
Yeah, there's no Alex Trebek in this game, which seems weird because they were able to use his likeliness in at least one of those Jeopardy games.
Likeness, Mike.
Likeliness. It's very likely that they used his likeness in at least one of those. What else? What does the title screen look like? How do you get into the game?
Oh, it takes forever to register your input.
Oh, right. Yeah, I actually did think, like, am I plugged in? I did notice that, yeah.
This is
also,
what we're talking about in the 15-minute mark of an episode.
Well, no, because here's a funny thing, actually. This has the official Nintendo logo in the title screen. I don't think that, like, that happened too often. Usually it's just Nintendo in text, but this has the, like, red Nintendo logo with even the registered...
Wow. That is super interesting, Mike.
Yeah, that's pretty... and it's also Nintendo of America. It's not licensed by Nintendo of Japan.
Well, then that makes me think that Japan never got this game because it only works in English. You ever think about that, Mike?
That's really true. But I just thought Nintendo of America would have to talk to Nintendo of Japan before they just go ahead and license any games.
Maybe they operate a little bit more independent. Maybe they're like a
no.
late
See, that's
teenager.
That's what got Sega in trouble, man.
Well,
Nintendo's not allowed to do that.
Different parents.
Yeah, that's true. But what else? So out of the numbers you can guess between 1 and like what? 1 and 25?
6? I don't know.
25. 26? What kind of board is that? It's a
I don't
square.
know. Hold on. There's another mode. So we've got this thing where you've got the matching puzzle that reveals the play on words puzzle thing. If you win 2 of those, I think, in the show I think you just win 1 of them, then you go to another smaller match puzzle where it just shows the models of cars. I think they are actually real car brands, and not just the brands but also some models. But they don't show you the car. And then if you get all those matched in 35 seconds, then you win the car, and they show you the car. I just wanted to get into that. I wanted to cover all the ground on the game.
Great. I'm glad we covered that. That also feels like a rip of Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
Like the final round, and you just have like one.
And then
big
the game ends, and there isn't even like a celebration screen. It just, would you like to play again? They give you a password though, in case you want to play that exact sequence again.
Out of all the prizes that you can win, of which there are a lot of prizes, you could in one round you could win water skis, and you can also win wallpaper.
Yeah, is that something that people were like buying as a set, and it was kind of hard to come by? Like, I don't really know much about wallpaper.
Right, and not even that though. Just like wallpaper is like, I don't know, is that going to go with your room? Like, is that going to go with your house? Like, wallpaper is very specific, and then like it's they're not like offering the installation. Like, that stuff's a bitch to take on and then eventually take off.
That's why I'm also just like, was it also a form of like, was that like you're kind of balling out to get wallpaper?
Right, water skis. Like, now I gotta like, what do I do in the winter? I don't live near water. Like,
yeah, there was a boat. I remember I won a boat, I won a jet ski, and then I won a houseboat. But I'm just wondering if this person lives in Denver. I don't know what they would do with that. I'm sure that if this were the actual game, then you could sort of get some cash value out of it, you know?
So water skis are not another way of saying jet skis.
No, what?
No, those are like literal skis that work on the water.
Skis, yeah.
And now, granted, they're expensive, so it's not a bad prize, but I definitely thought you were getting jet skis when you got the water ski, and now I'm a little disappointed.
I'm really sorry about that, Mike.
Wow, so that just means that pretty much everything in round 2 sucks. Like, round 1 was offering motorcycles, rings, mink coats, pianos, TVs. Round 2, water skis, clocks, rugs.
Yeah, there's the rug is great.
Tea sets, like, what the hell?
I think in the actual show, there was a gumball machine that they won, and it was like, why do I want a gumball machine?
Yeah, that's such an odd thing to win. Like, see, sometimes like Price is Right. I get when you win weird stuff, and you won like really weird stuff back in the like original run of Price is Right, because it was literally supposed to be like you're in a department store and guess the price of this item, and now it's yours, right? Like that all makes sense. Why are we tying in prizes to just the matching of things? Like, doesn't it feel like you're winning a lot in this game for doing the bare minimum?
That was the late 80s, early 90s. Like, do you remember on Nickelodeon back in the day, they'd give a kid...
the Toys R Us spree, yeah.
Yeah, like it was all just about shopping.
That was nuts. Yeah, no, it's true. And yeah, everybody got water skis in the 80s, so now we're paying for it with inflation.
That is true. That is the prime factor in modern inflation.
And I have never seen a single person in water skis.
Same.
And I've been to Hawaii.
Wow. Always gotta name drop Hawaii, huh?
Name drop as if it's a celebrity? I've been to Hawaii with Alex Trebek.
Well, now you're name dropping.
Yeah, but I also didn't, so don't quote me on that. I
think we've wasted people's time enough at this point, right, Mike?
I think we can push it a little further. You know what's weird? The game FAQ section of all the solutions doesn't include that one that I was talking to you about earlier, the clothing softener.
It's just clothes softener.
No, I know, but it's not there either.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Did you just make it up?
No. It's definitely in the game, but I'm saying something happened here where like this is an incomplete game FAQ.
Can you report it? Are we gonna get this guy in trouble?
He released it in 2002. It's 14 kilobytes, and it's version 1.1. So he didn't say it was finished.
Okay, you're right. But you shouldn't be putting a 1 point anything if you think it's incomplete.
He didn't finish the FAQ, but we're going to finish the episode with the essential games list. All right, so I'm going to pick the numbers 1 and 17. The tile for 1 reveals to be no, and the tile for 17 also reveals to be no. That means that this game is not on the essential games list. I just did not like this game at all. I can't... it's the kind of thing that like can just be experienced so quickly now that it's kind of crazy that it was ever like a big to-do at any point in human society. Like, this... I experienced everything I needed to in this game in 5 minutes, and I didn't even enjoy those 5 minutes. I didn't make notes for this podcast for this episode, so sorry for the rambling. But like this is one of the least enjoyable video games, if you can call it a video game, that I've experienced. Sean?
I'd like to apologize to the listener. I know that we may not always know what to talk about. And we may not always have very thought-provoking things to say in our episodes, but I always think that we at least have something to talk about. And this time we really didn't for a significant portion of it. And I just want to thank you for stopping by and letting us complain about this. Would you call it an adaptation? This adaptation of a game show, which I think, like if you just got it on in the background as a television show, it's like, it's not a great show, but it's also not the worst show. But I think this is the worst game show to turn into a game, unless you're going to also give people real prizes. So like maybe it have to be more like a live service, like the Q kind of game. Like what was that game in the mid-aughts or late-aughts? It was just like Q show, or like where everybody on the internet played.
Yeah. What was that? With the it was a quizzy thing. Yeah. I know what you're talking about
that. But as of now,
you said worst game show to turn into a video game, but I would think that would be like the Newlywed Show, like because how would you do the one-player mode?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know anything about the computer.
Okay,
no,
because
you know what?
Like you could turn that
first.
You could turn that into like a story game.
Yeah. You have to you go on like a game of life kind of style mode first, where you learn about the computer and everything, and then you go on the show.
Sure.
And then
Yeah.
you get divorced after the show, and then you have to go to the casino and win back your
Yeah,
wife.
it could be like a multimodal, like a genre shifting game. This is just a simulator of winning knickknacks, and then it stops, and then you can do it again. So
That's a real strategy, by the way. If you want to win back your wife, go to the casino.
gamble.